Hello, hello, hello.
Welcome back to
Really?
uh, Unscripted, Beautiful Life. Yeah, little theme song for y'all. Little theme song. That's it. You
That's
know,
how you starting already.
every day, baby. We gotta smile with it and just have a little laughter and a little joy, cause definitely got some biblical rain out there going on right now.
Some biblical rain.
Biblical rain. Yeah. If you ain't been in it, you don't know. It's definitely coming down out there.
I can't. I
Yeah.
can't. What's the biblical rain?
Hopefully it stops soon.
Hey y'all. Listen, yeah, because we got a leak upstairs, so we trying to get that under control before it.
Yeah.
Um, so welcome to tonight's
I keep hitting the thing.
edition of an unscripted beautiful life. We are talking about family vision. Um
Family goals.
family goals. We have I have been to a two vision board parties actually, and then we went to a victory party together over the weekend, and it made me think about how um we set individual goals but hadn't thought about goals as a family, and it really made me think because one of the goals you had was for the show, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we hadn't talked about goals for ourselves. Plus, you had the house on there.
Hmm.
And that, we hadn't talked about it. So I just thought it would be a good topic tonight because how many families doesn't have to be couples, right? Because sometimes the family is just the mom or the dad and the parent or however your composition looks. Do you set goals as a family, right? Do you set a vision for what you want to accomplish together, right? We're all about creating a beautiful life and changing the narrative on that. So we want to just have a discussion about that. So,
And I'm gonna say, never thought about it. Never, even growing up, that was one of the things that we didn't talk about. Family goals. Everybody has individual goals,
mhm.
but with when Trina sent me that text and said I have an idea or a topic for this Tuesday, I mean, it was one of the things where I was like, babe, I don't even know where to start with this. But at the same time, after going to the victory party and seeing, because we took the two youngest with us, and one kind of got engaged with it, and then the youngest he kind of seen everybody else kind of tag on and seeing how they were doing it, and then he kind of got on. He was like, "Well, can I take one home?" And of course, she let him take one home. Let him take one home, but he had started it while he was there.
So before we go into,
Hmm.
let's maybe tell somebody what the victory party was because somebody may
Go
not
ahead,
know.
go
So
ahead.
it was a party hosted by Just Dream, Marquita Henderson, and instead of us doing vision boards, we made affirmation jars. So and the affirmations dealt with the different types of feelings, right? So happy, angry, um, what was the rest? Angry, happy, angry, like just all these different colors. And so we had different construction paper. And so anytime we were feeling an emotion or in preparation for feeling an emotion, we would write an affirmation down. And when throughout our day, whenever we were experiencing that emotion, we had to pull that color construction paper out of the jar that had the affirmation on it and allow that to be the grounding piece that we needed to get through and work through that emotion. So that's what was a victory party.
And when Trina sent it to me, like I told y'all, I don't even say no to her to things now.
You could
Um, because nothing that she has really asked me to go to, and it's not like she'd be like, "No, you're going regardless." She always asks me, "How do you feel about this?" I don't even look anymore. I take a glance. I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And because to me, I kind of wanted to be like a spontaneous thing. I wanted to be a surprise, because you just never know when you kind of have an idea going into something, then you start formulating what you want it to be. And for me, I'm that person. I'll formulate what I think that this vision party was going to be. So
victory
victory party.
party.
I said vision. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Victory party. So I didn't think anything of what we actually were doing there, and it was very surprising. I loved it. But again, anything that Trina asks me to go to is nothing that she has asked me to go to as far as marriage, as far as us doing this right here. Because I was kind of lost with this. I was like, I don't know what to do, babe. I don't know where to start. So I just said yes to it. Because it's I have yet to say yes and been disappointed. So I'm going to continue saying yes until I get that disappointment. But a disappointment, we have to find a positive in that. So I learned a lot on it was Sunday, right? I
Mhm.
learned a lot on Sunday with dealing with the kids, dealing with your own kids, dealing with other kids, and dealing with people in general. A lot of times we don't say yes to certain things, and we just kind of don't know what to expect. So in that case, Nick really didn't want to do it because in his mind he probably was really thinking, this ain't something that I'm going to enjoy doing. But as he started doing it, I mean, he really kind of got into it.
Mhm.
But don't I don't want to say block your blessings, but don't block your blessings by really saying no to a lot of things. Some things we have to say yes to just to see where it goes. Because even if you don't like something that you go to, that someone may ask you to go to, or you just spontaneously see and you're like, I want to try that out, and it doesn't match what you thought it was, find that positive in it on find the positive in that situation. So the positive in that situation was us coming up with our own family goals. And of course, like I told y'all, whenever we come up with a topic, I always do my small little research. And I never heard of SMART goals. So this SMART goals it's an acronym for, I don't want to really go to my phone. I'm trying to see if I can remember.
So,
You
so
remember?
yeah, it was smart, measurable, some
Yeah,
attainable,
yes.
some realistic, and timely.
Yeah.
But since I didn't know you was gonna bring this up, the last vision board party that I went to that was hosted by Jay Sunshine, Janelle, Crown to Soul Wellness, she actually gave us a different acronym
Okay, let's
to
hear that.
work by.
Let's hear that.
Oh, I knew you was gonna ask that. Um,
Because when I would like as you're doing that, I went when I was looking at it because of again, sustainable. They always give you a little thing what each acronym
I can't believe
means,
all her secrets
and then so I read a little bit on it, and then as I was reading it, I'm like sustainable, measurable, achievable. The R was relevant, and then the last one was time based. So I'm reading each one of these, and sometimes as adults, we do this as adults where we'll come up with a goal, and the goal could be so far fetched that we lose ourselves in the trying to reach that goal. So when I'm basically what I'm trying to say is that don't let's not make our goals so far fetched that we can't even get that goal. We could never reach that goal. So in these, you found it, babe? No.
No, I have it, but I also don't want to give out her secret sauce either because she's getting ready to do the workshop again.
Oh yeah.
But
So we're not gonna do that.
no, but what I want to say is when she does it again, I'm going to share it because it gave a different perspective on the SMART goals in terms of bringing your faith into the goals, right? Um in terms of being able to walk in the freedom to choose, right? So we've got these, they tell you do all these things that are realistic, measurable, all those other things,
Mm-hmm.
but if they don't necessarily line up with the assignment, then is it really a good thing, a good goal to
Is it reachable
at,
at
right,
that point?
right, right.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
got you.
it's really she focused on that. She talked about how there's got to be like with any goals that we set, there's got to be a level of accountability, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked about that at the victory party. It's like who's going to hold us accountable for it. But her goals, the way she presented it for us when we were creating the vision boards was to bring God in the center of it all,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we've even talked about this with Yolanda's group, and now I'm drawing a blank on that, about having God at the board table, and like with the families having God at the center of at the head of the table. And when
Mm-hmm.
we're having meetings and setting goals, creating visions, creating the things that you want to manifest with God at the center of it, or whatever deity you believe in, at the center of it all, because ultimately, right, it's about being in alignment with that will for our life.
Yes.
And so smart kind of like but faith goals um was more in alignment with bringing God into the circle. So when she does that, I'm definitely going to share it again because it was really good, and it was definitely an eye opener with that. So I may even talk, yeah, I'll talk with her.
Yeah. See if we can. See if
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can even.
But that's it. So I think, for us, like when you said your goals and I said mine, like ultimately we're both in each other's goals, but it wasn't like we came together and
No.
said,
No, and not
this
at all.
is what it is.
And the funny thing, we said it like two opposites of the different tables. We weren't even sitting right next to each other to cheat off each other.
But it made me think about like how many couples even talk about those type of things, because like you could have, like, I'm giving this an example. This is one that I want
Mm-hmm.
also, but I'm just giving this as an example. You had talked about the single family home being one of your goals.
Right.
Well, what if I don't want that? But you over here, you're praying about it, you're asking God for it, but yet I'm over here on the other end, not in prayer with you about that, or even have that desire. And it's kind of like, when we think about creating a family for the vision, it's like you still got to get on one accord together so that you can then present it to God and then say, okay, we're coming on an equal front about what it is that we desire, what it is that we want. So we're both in alignment with the vision
And
for the
and,
family.
and see, I was I didn't even think about that at all. Like that was I didn't see that that's where we were going with this. Um, I was thinking because you said like those are our two individual goals. So, but we never sat down and came up with family goals. So, like she said, my one of my goals, which I would have thought that Trina might have wanted to do that, but it may be one of her goals, but not in the top five.
I'm just giving that was
Yeah, yeah, no,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no.
That was
But
just as an example because
so
it
so
is a goal.
again, so again, even if that wasn't a goal for you, right? And it was just my goal, it may be a goal, but how high is that goal for you? Like if we was to break it down and say 1 through 5, is it even in your top five?
Right. But that's where I thought that this was a good topic,
Mm-hmm.
because if we can come together and say, okay, as a family,
Right,
we want a single family home. What does it take for us to get to the single family home? Then we can all lay out the steps together
right, right.
to get there, versus there being one trying to accomplish it all and you just kind of dragging us in tow
Right.
to get there type of thing. So that's where I was coming from.
So I mean, but that's I'm glad that we are discussing that because again, that wasn't that wasn't my vision that I seen for today. I really was just thinking of still, I guess, my individual goals. So that we need to really sit down and map out a plan. Like that last week when we were talking about having someone come on for having emergency plans in the house and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same as having your goals, because you're not going to individually have emergency plans for yourself and then for your son and then for your daughters or who it is. Y'all all gonna come together and say, this is the plan that we have, this is where we're gonna meet, And then that same thing goes for your goals. We come up with a goal, and then we can even throw in, like, say the kids have their own individual goals, and then how can we help them meet that goal?
It's that right. It gets into that the level of accountability and just making sure, like, okay, if they have goals, what can we do to support them?
Right.
And even with them supporting us, like I talked, the day we were riding in the car and I saw the empty cleaners,
Hmm.
and I had was saying in the car, like, God, thank you for the space for unbreakable memories. And the kids was like, huh? And we had the whole discussion, and they were like, well, mommy, me and Nick can help you,
Oh my gosh.
work it and all the other stuff. So it's just when you create a vision as a family, like just to really see the beautiful that gets created because of everybody, like, oh, I can really see this and I can visualize that. And so it becomes fun.
Babe, I just wanted, this is on topic, but not really on
Okay.
topic.
That's
All right.
okay. We always jump
So
from different.
I had just had to take Nick to practice. And I don't know, I have no idea where Nick comes up with the things that he comes up with. So he's like, Daddy, who came up with the idea to wear uniforms? No, 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 no. He said, Daddy, why do some schools not have to wear uniforms? I said, well, from when I was in school, because I when I was working in the school system, I asked the principal that, because that rule or policy was put in way before I even started working in the schools. I was still in college, I believe, when this happened. And so I said, well, in every school board, every principal, they had pretty much the power, and the parents, to pretty much decide whether they want to wear uniforms or not. And so he says, so why did Woodmore decide? I said, Nick, I wasn't on the board. I don't know. But he said, so how can I how can I change that? I said, well, you can start a petition. He's about to start a petition, babe. So I'm trying to talk this boy out of it. I'm trying to talk him out of it. Because I say, all right, Nick, listen, like, hear me out. I say, so every morning you just get up and you know that you have to put this on. You don't have to worry about finding your clothes, anything. You know you're wearing this. And he says, yeah, but I could do that the night before. He always has a rebuttal. Always.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how Nick is. So I gave him another one. I said, Nick, so, but think about, what if there's a family that there's a lot of kids and they have to wear the same clothes every day and it's not uniform. And so, as that one individual kid, you're seeing them wear the same shirt, the same pants every day. That can be detrimental to that kid. Y'all could tease him. He's like, well, if the families that don't have no money, they can wear uniforms. I said, but now you're discriminating against ones that don't have money. And then I can feel it. His brain is turning on. All right, how can I come back to daddy? So we finally pull up to practice, and I said, "You still gonna do this petition?" Yeah. So how do I start it? So just seeing our growth, and then I'm looking at the growth of the kids. It's very, it's touching, because we were in a dark place, and that initially, whether we showed it in front of the kids or not, they could see it, they can feel it. So thinking that we're hiding something from the kids when we may be having issues, you're not hiding anything. These little babies know exactly what's going on. And just the growth of us is helping them grow, and it's just, it's amazing to see. So we definitely have to start talking to them about achievable goals and things like that. So it's just
You went all around the world to get back to that.
yeah, back to goals, man. You know that's how I operate. I don't just be in there. Well, we don't just. I like to give you all the tea,
That
the
was
coffee.
episode 6.1
Yeah, I give you
of
the
getting us
tea.
back to what we talking about tonight, y'all.
Yeah,
Listen,
I
this
give you
is
the
our
tea,
beautiful
the
life.
coffee, hot chocolate. If you just want hot water, I'm gonna give you it all. because I like to have details. I've been very detailed in my storytelling.
Sir.
Yeah. But
You them probably lost everybody.
no,
It's
no, no.
okay.
They be in it. They be in it. They be in it. Because they never know where it's going.
That,
They don't never
listen.
know where it's going. They gotta listen up because they like Dre about to say something stupid. So we better listen in. I saw you in the joint like, what he about to say? There you go. There you go. But then I'm gonna have to get back to my but again, like my cousin told me, it was like you've been serious the last couple times because some of the topics been a little bit more serious. So I kind of been a little bit more serious, but I'm always a joke. So I'm always laughing. I try to keep her smiling. Because I always tell my kids it takes more it takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile. So see, you see their muscles on their forehead, or you start to see them people that got the
So
wrinkles up here.
if y'all are still listening to us ramble on, if y'all have a family vision or thought about creating a family vision, drop it in the chat. Let us know. Because we're curious. Maybe we're just behind haven't been with it and need to get on board with it because maybe other families do have family visions and we just never thought about it. So
Yeah, I mean, and then again, this doesn't have to be a marriage thing. You can go to your brothers if you got any brothers. Go to your brothers, man. What's your goal? Like, do you have a family goal for your family? Like, say for example, your brother got kids, and he's married, or your sister got kids and they're married. Ask them if you don't have anybody to have a family goal with. Ask them like, have y'all ever thought about family goals? Ask that question because I'm going to start asking these questions because I never, like, honestly, until Trina really mentioned that, I never even thought that, like, to put that in to the mix of us of having that. So yeah, and I hope we ain't losing nobody because I only see Frida. Thanks for Frida for being with us always.
they
Always.
they watching. They just may not comment. They
That's
may
all.
not comment.
Hey, well, Miss Johnson always said, all we need is one, and we gonna entertain. We'll entertain each other if it was just me and you. I be talking to you, babe, and we could do a split screen.
Really? That's
Yeah, do a split screen.
not doing a split screen.
Do a split screen.
You gotta be on a different thing for that.
Oh, okay. I just see the little things at the bottom. So,
Yeah, no. That's not for this one.
oh, yeah. So, family goals. Now, let's talk about, since we don't have all the family here, because one's at practice, one's upstairs, and I don't know where Kayla is.
Making banana pudding.
I hope she brings some home. Kayla, if you hear us, bring some home.
We love you
No
too,
bananas.
Frida.
No bananas though, Kayla. You know we talked about this. Yes, Frida. You always. Um, you have a without discussing with the family yet. Can you give me a family goal that you made?
For us, for me, what I have is for us to get back to the family, whether it's game night, dinner all together, whatever that looks like, because I think we've gotten out of that. With everybody's on got something to do, like setting a time we like, listen, this is at all five of us are
Oh,
having dinner together
okay.
or
Because
having a game night
I
or
was getting ready to ask you like, is it are we just talking about our immediate, or we talking about bringing in some
well,
extras
we already been doing it. Well, we need to get back to the extras because I think we were doing it at least once a month. We were getting together with all of the family
for dinner,
for
right?
dinner, but I'm talking about for our
Yeah.
immediate five of getting back to no, everybody is home tonight for dinner and or something.
So we let's bring that up. Who still sits down and has family dinner together?
Mm,
Like that's a goal for us.
that's
And
a
and
good
and,
one.
and honestly, babe, I really love that goal. And that's one of the things that we can't debate. That's going to be a goal that we need to set, and that's an achievable goal. Um, it may be a bit more difficult for our oldest,
No, it's not. You just give
because
her enough notice.
yeah, because she's always on the go. Like Kayla's always on the go. Um, so yeah, that's definitely an achievable one. Uh,
Hey Leslie, how are you, beautiful?
And then we could put on there family walks too.
In the winter.
Yeah, we got each other to keep warm.
Okay.
That's why they make jackets, hats, and gloves. They ain't said we gotta walk a mile. Just walk a circle. Just walk the circle. Where we stay at, we kind of got a like a little loop that we we used to walk that joint.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So maybe they won't kick in as much right now, but then once the weather breaks, because we when COVID first hit, we all had bikes, was riding bikes and
Man, and I was gonna
all
say
that.
that. I was gonna say bikes, but
One of us
don't even
don't know
care.
how to
Don't even care.
ride.
Don't even care. Don't even care. She don't even care to ride it. Like, she tried, but it's gotten to the point where she's just like, "Nah, I'm done with it," and
Hmm.
I'm not gonna force you. Not gonna force you. So that's why I didn't say bikes.
Well, maybe she'll still do it, but something.
Yeah, something.
We doing something.
Yeah, something. Even if we gotta walk down to the pond and just stare at it and feed the ducks or something.
Can we feed the ducks at that point?
I don't know. I didn't know signs up that say we can't. I know
Oh,
it's signs up that say you gotta have a license to
permit to
fish.
fish.
Yeah, a permit to fish, and that was that was something that I had to do during COVID.
Y'all ain't go but fishing but one time.
No, we went a few times, babe. We went a few times.
Oh,
Yeah, we went a
okay.
few times because it was times where we took the bikes, and then there was times where we just walked down there. We have a man-made pond lake.
We all trick.
No, it's still a goal though. It's still a part of the goal because this is us getting back to
The
that
family
goal.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And Nick was what, 4? Ari was 5. And but Daddy, I want to go fishing. Man, boy, I don't. I've been fishing a few times, so I actually went and got my fishing license. I bought him a rod first, and it was just a little Ninja Turtle rod. And we went down a few times, and it wasn't casting out far enough to really catch anything. So I'm like, Daddy gonna have to buy a rod. But if I buy a rod and I bring my rod out here, I'm gonna
We
have to get a
got you a
license. Yeah,
ride.
yeah, no, I got a rod. But that's when I ended up buying the rod because I got his rod first, and then I ordered my rod. But then I was like, I couldn't tell if somebody was to come
Um.
and be like, why y'all got 2 rods out here?
Mhm.
And I didn't have my license, so I didn't play around with that. Ended up getting my fishing license, and crabbing license. So that if anybody on here that's never been fishing, I don't know what it is about water. Water is very calming. I used to have a fish tank. I still have it, but there's no fish in it right now. After I would clean the fish tank, I would just sit there and stare at the tank.
Sir, you on another topic?
No, it's therapeutic.
This
It's therapeutic. It's therapeutic, y'all. So I'm not telling you to I'm just giving you some ideas of goals that y'all may want to set with your.
Okay, thank you for pulling it
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you. Yeah.
So that's why I'm throwing out some things that we used to do that we need to get back to doing.
Yeah.
I mean, like a goal for me, really. The kids used to help me clean the tank. That could be one of the goals, and you gonna help out too.
Well, we ain't got no fish no more. We need a fish.
Not one. We're gonna get some. I
Oh
just don't know what
gosh.
yet. I
So
have
we
to
had
research
a
it.
huge tank of fish, but we had
It's not huge.
one
It's 55. It's not huge. It's not that big,
that is big. Okay, then whatever.
y'all.
And we had several fish, but there was one big bully
Had a
in
tank bully.
there that knocked off knocked off all the fish. But he finally passed away, I think about 2 weeks ago,
It
maybe
was it
longer
was
than
it
that.
was longer than that because it was before Christmas. So it
Yeah.
probably was about 3 weeks, maybe.
So he's no longer with us. So now we have to get some more fish for the
And
tank
I had this that fish. We had that fish
for
for a
some
long
years.
time.
Yep.
Never really knew what type of fish it was, because my buddy gave me he gave me the tank and he gave me the fish. His wife wanted him to get his fish out of there, but yeah, but they got to know everything. You know that. You know that. It's all in the. It
That's what you
builds.
know the look was for.
It builds. Yeah, babe. Come on, babe.
Mom, when
Come
you
on,
catch
babe.
this replay, this is you in action
Come on, babe.
completely. You go from it to give all the details.
Yeah, you got to. Some people don't like being left out without no details. So I like to get a meaty part.
Oh my gosh, stay focused, sir. Stay focused. Okay, so what's another goal? Or
Um,
give some examples. If y'all on here, what are some examples of family goals that you may be able to implement with your family?
yeah, let's see them. Drop some family goals that y'all may have in the chat, and
If
we
y'all ain't got none, then this is time to have the conversation about some because um we're on here trying to inspire about creating a beautiful life as a family together. And so um it's time to create that. So
definitely. Yeah, so we got back to eating dinner together.
I think as a family, we need some type of financial goal in terms of like a budget or just saving type of thing, like teaching the kids more about saving. Like they got their piggy banks
Okay,
and things like that, but
right.
um really teaching them about money and with their accounts, getting them to understand it also. I think that's one.
Um, so both of us, if you didn't know, y'all know Trina has a business. What we're doing right now, this is all a part of her business. I have thanks to this beautiful lady next to me. She inspired me to create my own business. It's nothing on the lines of what we're doing right now.
Sir, don't do that.
No, I mean because it's different. It's like a totally different than what we're doing here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally different than what we're doing here. But I realized that I created this business during, and I shouldn't say created, but I started the business during COVID. Um, Trina always wanted the deck to be done and didn't have nothing to do. So I pressure washed the deck. It turned out so good that I decided, and I had such a good time doing it. So I started a business with this. I'm doing something that I also love. What my actual career that I do when I was in the school system and the recreation is what I love to do. Um, and I would take Nick to the things, Ariana to the things, so they kind of know about finances as far as that. And I I teach them while I'm there about the finances of investing back into the business and things like that, to travel and to spend more time together.
That's good, Frida.
Yeah,
We want to travel too. The kids, yeah, we need to travel. I need to go back. We need that. We need a trip. We didn't go anywhere last year. As all five of us. It was either you and I, or then me, you, and Kayla, but
right,
not all
right.
five of
Yeah,
us
we
together.
didn't we
Not for a
didn't
big trip like we normally do. So I'm
so our big trip was to Georgia though. That was our big trip for the kids in 23. I don't know if they really so
we
much
you know
because we didn't really do much while we were
no,
there.
we got to spend time with
Yeah,
family,
we
and
was
that's what.
definitely. But I mean like fun adventurous things like we would do if we went on vacation. But yeah, so yeah, spending time, spending more time because as the kids grow, as we grow, we start to distance ourselves from each other. And I always say, we have our own lives to live, but at the same time we need to stay jailed together.
And that's important because I think, as when you were growing up, it was always you, your brothers, and then your cousins. So
And
they
some
became
extras.
sisters and brothers, and then their friends and their. But times are changing. I see where like our kids, I think, kind of miss out on some of the stuff that we went through, like just being able to get outside and play, right? And because in our neighborhood, it's not that many
they I,
younger
I,
kids here.
I actually just said that to him yesterday.
So, it's a different environment. So, finding creative ways and ways like being intentional about getting together as a family so that the kids do have the connection. Because when I think about like growing up, the only time I really got to see my cousins and stuff that were in Georgia is when we went down there to see my
Oh
grandmother
yeah,
you know, in the summers. But we lost that. Like once she passed, it was like that.
yeah.
But that's another topic. But
But I mean, I can honestly say that same thing when my grandma passed away. We kind of distance ourselves.
Grandmas kept the family
Yeah,
together.
because we
Grandmas were
would,
like the glue, the
yeah,
missing glue for.
but it was the tradition that they were used to. We kind of lost it. We're losing that
So
tradition.
it's time to put it back.
It's time to put it
It's
back,
time
and
to put
that
it
and
back.
that's not saying just us. That's the world.
Yeah, yeah. That's the.
This is the world.
But we can only start with
Yeah,
us
that's
and
it.
whoever's
That's
watching
it.
today,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whoever catch the replay. Like just like I'm saying, about redefining the narrative on beautiful. We are redefining what family is, what family looks like. Like, let's get back to the things of really coming together. It's a new year. Like, okay, we need to forget. Like, who there's some folks that we need to forget, some things we need to let go, because tomorrow isn't promised. Like, you, every time you turn around, there's a loss somewhere. And
Hmm.
so, listen, hold on to the time that we do have left, and just, you know what, make peace, make
Make
peace,
peace.
make peace, and color the world beautiful.
Um, and as she said, color, really color. Y'all don't know, babe. How many? When last time you colored?
Oh, I can't tell you.
I color all the time at work. I
Oh,
might do
with
a
the
cross.
kids.
I might do a crossword puzzle. I actually the craziest thing I have a young man that just started this year, and he was like, "Man, I don't color." I'm like, "Cause you trying to act too tough." Ain't nothing wrong with coloring. As an adult, it is like I said, everybody has to find what helps them get through the day. Sometimes after I would clean the fish tank, that was my therapeutic. Just hearing the water come down and looking how the fish swims in the water, and then with coloring, with painting. Once you finish with that, it's like I did that. It's like dang, I ain't even know I could still color in the lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got it. And then let's not, as adults, let's not lose our inner child.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, let's not lose that because yes, we're all adults by age, but never lose contact with that inner child. So that way you can enjoy your kids because we lose trying to think say the best words. We we're losing traditions and the kids are losing those traditions as well because us as adults we're not fulfilling them, we're not putting them in there. So that's why I asked the question, how many people still sit down and have family dinners together when you have adult children in the house and little kids in the house? Like Ariana might be up there eating dinner right now. When I came down she was eating some chili, so but again we could have ate dinner earlier so that way we could still sit down and
Yeah.
still have this
Yeah, it's just about
balance.
finding balance, but also being intentional, right? You
Yes,
make time for the things that you want. And
yes.
so we just have to get back to defining the things that we want, the things that we need,
Hmm.
right? And say, okay, listen, at whatever time everybody's at dinner, put the cell phones down, put the tablets down, put it all down, and let's really have time to like check in and just really have a conversation on like, how are you doing today? Right? How are you doing today?
Yeah.
Because
Or
I
how was
mean,
your day?
right, how was your day? Tell me about what happened. Like, what was one thing that was good, or what was one thing that was bad, and have the conversation about that. Because then the kids, or it, actually all of us,
Yeah.
get to feel like we've been heard, we've been seen. And so, listen, y'all got to get back to family. This is what this is all about.
So I'm gonna ask you, babe,
Oh
because I was
boy,
just thinking about this as you said that. You know how to put titles on here?
what kind of titles?
Like at the bottom right here. I know it say unscripted beautiful life and subtitle, it'll say what our topic is today. So when people come in,
It's in the header when they click the video.
there you go.
I think
There
it
you
should
go.
be.
And
You probably never seen it on the other side of that.
I was like, nah, nah, I
Okay.
don't think
See?
so. Oh, see,
Yeah.
see, there you go. Learn something new today.
So Yeah, but it's there. But Miss Leslie, I know when she has hers going, she got something going across the bottom. She got commercial breaks. Like we ain't got there yet.
And when
We
I
ain't,
look at
look,
her,
Miss Leslie, we ain't there yet, but we coming.
when I seen her with the yes, that's kind of what made me say, "Oh, we need to have a
But
subtitle."
now I can do this. Hold on. I know how to do that part.
What?
See how free the comment part?
Oh, oh, okay. I
I
got
did
something to
know how
do.
to do that part.
Okay, now listen, y'all need to start dropping stuff in the chat so we can use this thing. That's what's up. That's what's
I
up.
do know how to do that.
That's
I don't
cool.
know how to
So
get it to go
you
away
probably gotta
now
click
though,
it
but
again.
do I? Oh,
There
there
you
we
go.
go.
Wow.
Okay.
We just she already knew, but I learned something new today. I learned something new. I don't even know. Are we on Zoom or
No, we on restream. Listen,
see?
these are conversations we had to have ahead of time. But listen, so get back.
Unscripted, unscripted
You
while
right,
we in
you
it.
right, you right, you right, you
While
right.
we in it.
So you got something else?
No.
Okay. So I just wanted to just recap for y'all because we did cover a couple of different things in here. But going back to what we originally started out with was creating the family visions. If you hadn't considered it before, consider it now. Because I know as couples, individually, you may have goals for the year or intentions for the year, um, or one words for the year and things like that. But do you really sit down and talk about those things together? Like, okay, everybody has, praying individually and then coming together to pray and all the other stuff. But do you talk about your goals and what it is that you want to accomplish for the family so that both of you can come and lay out the steps to be able to work towards that goal, because you can't have something one sided. Like, you'll get there a whole lot quicker when you're doing it together. Um, and then also, get back to family time and having fun. Like, like Andre talked about the inner child, like get a coloring book, go to the dollar store, get a little dollar coloring book, or they even have apps on your phone that you can do, Colin, with like do something that's going to allow the inner child within you to have fun.
Yeah,
Um,
family fun competitions with
family, listen,
with the drawings, with the
the,
paintings.
you and your competition stuff,
Yeah,
but yeah, but
but it's
it's so
fun, just
it makes
family
it fun,
fun.
and that's where
Yeah.
that's where I was like getting back to the family game nights,
Yep.
like doing something together as a family. Like, we don't have to spend money
Mm-mm.
all the time to be able to do something as a family. Like, get some jacks and teach the kids how to play jacks, and
Go
then
to the
the
library.
little ball, the paddle with the
Oh yeah,
ball
yeah,
on the thing.
yeah.
And
Party City got them, y'all.
but dollar store probably has them too. But just find little things that you can do as a family unit to be able to create the beautiful life together, right? Frida, playing games, dancing. Like, everybody loves to dance. Like, do a dance party competition, whatever it is, but bring whatever you need to bring into your home to create your beautiful life for you and your family, right? That's what these conversations are all about.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, look, put that,
Yep,
show
game
that.
night. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no. Oh, you said show that.
Yeah,
You
put
know
that
how to
flash
show
that
that now
on, flash
too.
that on there,
Here we
flash that
go.
on there. Bow, bow,
Get
bow,
back to
bow, bow.
family time. Thanks,
So,
Nidra.
so we have games that we played as kids, jacks, hopscotch. Put them games in your kids' lives.
Oh, I was just looking too. We have the chalkboard right here. Like, when's the last time we even like moved the desk and did the little chalkboard right here? But
Well, we got our
little
little
setup right
situation
here.
going on.
But
But I
just an
wish we
example.
could turn the camera around so y'all could see it. The kids in here, the kids in this house were writing on the walls as if that was cool. So
It's a chalkboard on
no, no, no,
the
no, no, no,
wall.
no, babe. I'm talking about the
Oh,
regular
you talking
walls.
about before we got
Yes.
this?
So
Yeah.
Trina came up with this
No, my
idea.
mom did.
Well, I'm pretty yes, because she's amazing at it. She came up with an idea instead of them writing on the walls because they were getting in trouble for writing on the regular walls. We have a chalkboard piece that's now the wall. But y'all understand they have paint now that you can use that you don't have to buy this. You can
Hmm.
just paint a wall. I think they have dry
Chalk
erase
paint. Yep.
paint that you can use to do a wall. Um right on the wall, y'all. It will take you back to your childhood. Right, I'm telling y'all, don't write on the wall your regular wall.
Don't use no permanent markers.
Don't
Use
write on your
dry
regular
erase
wall.
markers.
Get you a chalkboard. Get you and I'm talking about put it on the wall though. Don't get an easel. Like when I wrote on this chalkboard, boy, it felt like I was back in elementary school when the teacher was like, "Go clap them races out. Go take them races outside and clap them out." It took me back to my childhood, seeing that, and doing that. So let's get back to our inner child with our kids. And one thing that we definitely did not mention on here is praying together.
I just mentioned it, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, but it wasn't like
Oh
we
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So and family that pray together, stay together. So pray with them, and we used to do that. We used to every night. Me and your trainer go in the room. We say our prayers with the kids. They wouldn't let us leave. We had to wait till they fell asleep, and then we could leave out.
Jay, you're not gonna Journey not gonna get in trouble. Go get. I'm gonna send you the picture of what the board looks like, so you can put it on the wall. He and just tell him he got to stay on that part right there. That's it.
Who that?
That's Janelle. That's who did the faith goals.
Oh, okay.
Janelle, we were talking about you earlier. If you are just joining us, we were talking about the faith goals. I didn't give out your secret sauce, so I'm hoping you'll do it again so then we can share it. But it was good. So thank you for
Yeah.
that.
So the acronym for SMART. We didn't spill the beans.
Yeah, he started in it, but then I said, no, you gotta do faith goals now. So
Yeah.
because it's 2 times faith, because it stands for something. It's like faith twice.
Oh, hey,
But
so
yeah, it was really
hopefully we
good.
can get that blessing
Yeah.
from
So
you to
Janelle, hint,
support
hint.
this. Yeah. But yeah, it's just those little things, and we have taken the little things for granted because of time,
Yeah,
because of growth. Let's get back to those little things.
growth for real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't like when people say COVID changes. Now we was changing way before COVID. COVID just sped it up some. So let's get back to those traditional things. Just the simple things of, and then like, and I'm speaking for us. I'm not speaking for y'all because I'm not in y'all house, but for us, just the little things of sitting down and having dinner together, and being intentional on asking, "How was your day? What could you do? What could you have done to make that day better?" Those type of things.
But when here's the thing I want to throw out there is when we ask those questions, be prepared to listen for the response.
Yeah,
Because too often we'll ask that question, but still be on our phone or still on the computer and not listening to the person that we're talking to. And so, listen, we need to get back to that. Like, listen, ask the question because you really want to know how their day was or how they
be
are.
genuine.
Right? Be genuine about it. Get back to the authenticity about figuring out how somebody is doing. Right? Don't just ask it because it's the right thing to do. Ask it and be genuinely concerned for the
On really pray.
response and like being present and being intentional in the moment. That's one of my things. My words this year is engage. And in terms of engaging, like being intentional and being in the moment and like being here, not worrying about tomorrow, not worrying about yesterday, but in this present moment. So that means I need to listen more. I need to slow down more. I need to just like truly be present in this moment instead of trying to get through the day as quickly as possible. So,
So, like you said, being in the moment, uh, we're gonna have a lockbox.
a lollipop.
Yeah, for the cell phones. When you come
Oh,
in, put your boat phone in the box. When dinner's over, you can have it back. Because that's being in the moment. Like, how many times, babe, have we really said no phones at the table?
well, right. That's what I'm saying. We have to be intentional
Yeah.
about that. So,
So
this is a conversation that we
don't
got to
even
bring.
bring it to the table.
Yeah, don't even bring it to
Yeah,
the
don't
table.
even bring it to the table. So we'll let y'all know when
How
our
it
dinner
goes.
times. Yeah, we'll let y'all know when our dinner time is, so nobody's texting us or anything on that time because we're not gonna answer. We'll answer afterwards. But yeah, we just have to get back to those things. Because I remember we didn't even have a TV where the dinner table was at one point because it was
We ain't got no TV up there
no.
now.
I'm talking about growing up. I'm
Oh,
talking about
growing
growing up
up.
because we don't have a TV now. We don't where we
Yeah.
sit down and eat. We don't have a TV. But growing up, at one point we didn't have a TV and have it on. That was family time.
Like I
Um,
want to get back to those like big mama days. Like on Sunday dinner, right? Going back to the movie. What was the movie? Soul food. Soul food.
soul food.
How
Yeah,
those Sunday dinners were, and like, everybody just coming together and just, really enjoying each other's space. Now, soul food probably a bad example because there was some scenes in there that was like, no, family doing things wild and crazy. But y'all know what I mean in terms of having
let's not even
fun.
fake like ain't nobody got no family members
We
like that for
no,
real.
but I'm saying
Like,
we do. That's why I also said early on about let's get back to peace, because is the grudge of what that person may have done or what that person may have said that bad where you don't want to be present in family? Like I know some situations it is, because I
right.
some situations it is, and I get it. So I know it's trying to come together as a family is not easy to do when there is hurt, when there needs to be healing in place. I get that. But let's just try. Let's just try to get back to the center of what family means, and getting back to creating the vision, creating what your goals are, and get back to family as a unit so that you're creating your unscripted, beautiful life. So,
Yep, because we gotta remember, I always say this. The babies nowadays, they're not doing what you say, they're doing what they see.
yeah,
So if we're not creating those traditions and keeping those traditions going, then they're gonna die off completely.
yeah,
So and like I said, we are speaking for us. And if y'all are doing these things already, give us some secrets on what y'all do to keep them going, how you keep it um, genuine and all those things. Because we're not just here to for y'all to hear us speak. We're here for y'all to speak to us as well. Even it just might be on the chat and those things. But this is a open. It's open because we family in here too. So yeah, we here to help each other.
yeah.
We're here to help each other. So if y'all like I say, y'all can comment after the video, right? They can comment after the video. Y'all can go back and watch it. And I know sometimes I go back in and I look at the comments. I'll check and see how many we had, and then I go back to Facebook and see who may have added more
Not how many
comments.
we had.
Yeah, like how many we finished with, and
Oh,
then go back in a couple days later and see if anybody watched it and reviewed it. But yeah, I am loving every moment of this, and hopefully we can get back to all these family goals and visions, and yeah.
see, that's y'all thing. That's what I'm talking about. Dancing to something fun. Listen, whatever you got to do to bring joy into your house, do
Do
what
it.
you gotta do. Do
Do
and
it.
nothing. Do what you gotta do.
Yep.
Do what you gotta do.
Because
Like
everybody's
Freezer
joy
was
is gonna be different.
right.
Yeah.
Frida was talking about doing Twister. Like, what the last time? Oh, they got a new Twister, y'all.
I can't do no twisting with no
It's
L4,
no,
L5.
no, no. It's a new version of Twister, like something to do with the little ball thing. I don't remember the kids when we was at Kevin and Diane's house. They were trying to do the Twister. It's a new version of Twister out. I don't know what it looks like. I didn't play it, but there's a new
I
one
have to
out
look
there.
it
So
up.
it may be for those that have, old like us that we can't get down like we used to. But
Not old. Just don't
with
have no
with ailments.
look. We just don't have no more oil
The
in our
moment, yeah,
joints.
we limited mobility for some of us. So, um,
Man.
you finished? Anything else?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Love y'all.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We hope y'all got something. But like he said, drop what your goals are. If you come, when y'all have the conversation, come back and tell us what you're going to do, because it may be something we may be able to adopt as well.
I ain't
Um,
another thing I ain't seen nobody. Y'all ain't gave us no topics yet neither. Come on now.
oh, I
Shoot
did
them
get, no,
topics.
I
You
did. I
got one?
got done. Yeah, Keita sent me something.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
and I
remember that
think I
one.
got something from Tiffany and Rick, but I need to, yeah. Um, so we thank y'all for joining us tonight for another edition of an unscripted beautiful life. But have the discussion about family goals, family vision, and create that together. No more having just your separate individual goals. Now come together as a family. Until next time, we'll talk to you next week.
See y'all.
Bye.